Numbers chapter 7. When Moses finished setting up the tabernacle, he anointed and consecrated it and all its implements, the altar and all its utensils, and he anointed and consecrated them. And the princes of Israel, head over their ancestral houses, they were tribal princes in charge over those who were numbered, gave offerings. They brought as their gift before Adonai 6 covered carts and 12 oxen. A cart came from every 2 princes, and an ox from each one of them. They presented them from before the tabernacle. Adonai spoke to Moses, saying, "Accept these from them to use in the service of the tent of meeting. Give them to the Levites to use as each man's work requires." So Moses took the carts and the oxen, he gave them to the Levites. He gave 2 carts and 4 oxen to the sons of the Gershon as their work required, and 4 carts and 8 oxen to the son of Merari as their work required, under the direction of Ithamar, son of Aaron the Kohen. But to the sons of Kohath he did not give any, because their responsibility was carrying the holy items on their shoulders. When the altar was anointed, the princes brought their dedication offering and presented it before the altar. For Adonai had said to Moses, "Each day one of the princes is to bring an offering for the altar's dedication. Bringing his offering on the first day was Nahshon, son of Amminadab, from the tribe of Judah. His offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, 1 silver basin weighing 70 shekels, by the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them filled with fine flour, mixed with oil, and a grain offering. 1 ladle of 10 shekels of gold, filled with incense, 1 young bull from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old as a burnt offering, 1 male goat as a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs, a 1-year-old, to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Nahshon, son of Amminadab. On the second day, Nethanel, son of Zuar, prince of Issachar, brought his offering. The offering he brought was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, 1 silver basin weighing 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both filled with fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering. 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 1 male lamb, 1 year old, for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs, 1 year old, to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Nethanel, son of Zuar. On the third day was the prince of the sons of Zebulun, Eliab, sons of Helon. His offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, 1 silver basin weighing 70 shekels, both according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both filled with fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 ladle of 10 shekels of gold filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 1 male lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old, to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Eliab, son of Helon. On the 4th day was the prince of the sons of Reuben, Elazar, son of Shedir. His offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, 1 silver basin weighing 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both filled with fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 ladle of 10 shekels of gold filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old, to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Elazar, son of Shedir. On the 5th day was the prince of the sons of Simeon, Shemuel, son of Zurishaddai. His offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, 1 silver basin weighing 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both filled with fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 ladle of 10 shekels of gold filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old, to be sacrificed as the fellowship offering. This was the offering of Shelumiel, son of Zurishaddai. On the 6th day was the prince of the sons of Gad, Elisaph, son of Duel. His offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, 1 silver basin weighing 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both filled with fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 ladle of 10 shekels of gold filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 1 male lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old, to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Eliasaph, son of Duel. On the 7th day was the prince of the sons of Ephraim, Elishama, son of Ammihud. His offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, 1 silver basin weighing 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both filled with fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 ladle of 10 shekels of gold with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Elishama, son of Ammihud. On the 8th day was the prince of the sons of Manasseh, Gamaliel, son of Pedahur's. His offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver basin weighing 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both filled with fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 ladle of 10 shekels of gold filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Gamaliel, son of Pedahur. On the 9th day was the prince of the sons of Benjamin, Abidan, sons of Gideoni. His offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, 1 silver basin weighing 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both filled with fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 ladle of 10 shekels of gold filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, and a male lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Abidan, son of Gideoni. On the 10th day came the prince of the sons of Dan, Ahiezer, son of Ammishaddai. His offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, 1 silver basin weighing 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both filled with fine flour, mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 ladle of 10 shekels of gold filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 lamb a year old as a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Ahiezer of Ammishaddai. On the 11th day came the prince of the sons of Asher, Pagiel, son of Achran. His offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, 1 silver basin weighing 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both filled with fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 ladle of 10 shekels of gold filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old as a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Pagiel, son of Achran. On the 12th day came the prince of the sons of Naphtali, Ahira, son of Enan. His offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, 1 silver basin weighing 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both filled with fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 ladle of 10 shekels of gold filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and 2 young bulls, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 lambs a year old to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Ahira, son of Enan. This was the dedication offering from the princes of Israel for the day when the altar was to be anointed: 12 silver plates, 12 silver basins, 12 gold ladles. Each silver plate was 130 shekels, and each silver basin was 70 shekels. Altogether, the silver utensils weighed 2,400 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. The 12 gold ladles filled with incense each weighed 10 shekels by the shekel of the sanctuary. Altogether, the gold ladles totaled 120 shekels. The total of the livestock for the burnt offering was 12 young bulls, 12 rams, and 12 male lambs a year old, along with their grain offering. 12 male goats for sin offerings. The number of livestock used for sacrifice and fellowship offerings was 24 oxen, 60 rams, 60 male goats, and 60 male lambs a year old. These were the dedicatory offerings for the altar after it was anointed. When Moses entered the tent of meeting to speak with Adonai, he heard the voice speaking to him from above the atonement cover atop the ark of the testimony between the cherubim, so he spoke with him. Bereshat bi'ahaloteka. Chapter 8, Numbers, the dedication of the Levites. Adonai spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to Aaron and say to him, when you erect the lamps and the 7 lamps to illuminate the area in front of the menorah," Aaron did so. He erected the lamps facing forward, so they illuminated the area in front of the menorah, just as Adonai had commanded Moses. Now this is how the menorah was made: hammered gold from its base to its blossoms, just as was the pattern that Adonai had shown to Moses, so he made the menorah. Again Adonai spoke to Moses, saying, "Take the Levites from among Bnei Yisrael and ceremonially cleanse them. This is what you must do to make them clean. Sprinkle the purifying water on them, then have them shave their whole bodies and wash their clothes, thus purifying themselves. Then they are to take a young bull with its grain offering of fine flour mixed with oil, plus a second young bull for a sin offering. Bring the Levites before the tent of meeting and gather the whole community of Bnei Yisrael. Bring the Levites before Adonai. Bnei Yisrael will lay their hands on the Levites, and Aaron will present the Levites before Adonai as a wave offering for Bnei Yisrael. Then they may go about the work of the service of Adonai. The Levites are to lay their hands on the heads of the bulls, use one for a sin offering and the other for a burnt offering to Adonai to make atonement for the Levites. Have the Levites stand before Aaron and his sons and present them as a wave offering to Adonai. In this way you are to set apart the Levites from Beni Israel to be mine. After you have purified them and presented them as a wave offering, the Levites will come do their work at the tent of meeting. For they are the ones from among Beni Israel given to me in place of all the first from the wombs of Beni Israel. I have taken them for myself. For every firstborn among Beni Israel is mine, whether human or animal. On the day I struck down the firstborn of the land in Egypt, I sanctified them for myself. So I am taking the Levites in a place of the firstborn of Beni Israel. And I am giving the Levites as a gift, and his sons from among Beni Israel to do the work on behalf of Beni Israel in the tent of meeting, and to make atonement for them, so that there would be no plague among them for the coming too close to the sanctuary. So Moses, Aaron, and the entire community of Beni Israel did so with the Levites. All that Adonai had commanded Moses regarding the Levites, so Beni Israel did to them. The Levites also purified themselves from sin and washed their clothes. Aaron presented them as a wave offering before Adonai, and he made atonement for them to purify them. After that, the Levites came to do their tasks before Aaron and his sons in the tent of meeting, just as Adonai had commanded Moses concerning the Levites. Adonai again spoke to Moses, saying, "This is for the Levites, men 25 years and upward, are to present themselves for service to work in the tent of meeting, but at the age of 50, he is to retire from his service and work no longer. He may assist his brothers in the tent to do their duties, but he himself will no longer do the work. Thus you are to assign the Levites to their responsibilities." Numbers chapter 9, second month Passover. Adonai spoke to Moses in the Sinai wilderness in the first month of the second year, after they had come out of the land of Egypt, saying, "Beni Israel is to observe Passover at its appointed time. You are to celebrate it at its appointed time at twilight on the 14th day of this month, with all its rules and regulations." So Moses told Beni Israel to observe Passover. They celebrated Passover at twilight on the 14th day of the first month in the Sinai wilderness, in accordance with all that Adonai had commanded Moses. So Beni Israel did. However, there were some men who could not celebrate Passover because of being defiled by a dead body. So they came to Moses and Aaron on that same day. And these men said to him, "We have become unclean because of a dead man's body. Why should we be kept from presenting the offering to Adonai at that appointed time with the rest of Beni Israel?" Moses answered them, "Wait, and I will inquire what Adonai commands concerning you." Then Adonai spoke to Moses, saying, "Say to Beni Israel, saying, if a man, whether you or your descendants, becomes unclean because of a dead body, or is away on a long journey, he may yet observe Adonai's Passover. They are to celebrate it at twilight in the 14th day of the second month, with matzah and bitter herbs. They are to eat it. They are not to leave any of it until morning or break any bones. While they celebrate Passover, they are to observe all its regulations. But the person who is clean and not away on a journey yet neglects to celebrate Passover, that soul shall be cut off from his people, because that person did not present Adonai's offering at the appointed time. That man will bear his sin. If an outsider living among you would celebrate Passover to Adonai according to the requirement, so he should do. There will be for you to the same regulation for the outsider and to the native of the land." The cloud as the guide. On that day, the tabernacle was erected. The clouds covered the tabernacle. By evening until morning, the cloud above the tent of the testimony had an appearance like fire. It was that way continually. The cloud covered it, and by night it appeared like fire. Whenever the cloud lifted from above the tent, the Beni Israel would set out, and the place where the cloud settled, there Beni Israel would encamp, at the mouth of Adonai. Beni Israel would set out, and at the mouth of Adonai they would encamp. All the days that the cloud remained over the tabernacle, they would remain in camp. When the cloud would remain over the tabernacle many days, Beni Israel would obey it, and the command of Adonai had not set out. At times the cloud stayed over the tabernacle only a few days. At Adonai's word they would encamp, and at Adonai's word they would set out. At the times the cloud would remain from only evening until morning. When the cloud would lift, they would set out, whether by day or by night. Whether the cloud lifted, they would set out. Whether for 2 days or for a month or a year, while the cloud remained over the tabernacle, Beni Israel remained encamped and would not set out. But when it would lift, they would set out. At Adonai's word they would encamp, and at the mouth of Adonai they set out. They obeyed Adonai's order by Moses' hand.